The voice recording you're hearing now was never meant to be public. I'm only narrating it because writing it down didn't work. The words kept changing on the page, sentences rearranging themselves when I wasn't looking, like the story wanted control over how it was told. The murder happened in a rented apartment above a closed grocery store on the edge of the city, the kind of place people pass every day without really seeing. The victim's name was Elias Moore, 34 years old, no criminal record, no known enemies. Neighbors described him as quiet, polite, forgettable. He was found sitting on the floor of his living room, his back against the wall, knees pulled slightly to his chest. His eyes were open. His mouth was stretched in a shape that suggested he had tried to scream, but decided against it at the last second. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, but that wasn't what unsettled the officers who found him. What unsettled them was the blood. There wasn't much of it, just a thin, careful circle drawn around his body, as if someone had taken time to make sure nothing spilled beyond that boundary. No signs of forced entry. No weapon. No fingerprints except the victim's. The apartment door was locked from the inside. The windows were sealed shut. On the wall directly in front of Elias, written in something darker than blood, were the words, "IT stopped here." The case was assigned to me because I was good with dead ends. That's what my supervisor said, half joking. Some investigators chase answers. I was better at sitting with questions that didn't want to be answered. From the beginning, the case resisted logic. Elias's phone showed no outgoing calls or messages for 3 days before his death, yet the battery was fully charged. His laptop was open on the table, a blank document on the screen, cursor blinking like it was waiting for something. The neighbors reported hearing footsteps in the apartment at night, pacing back and forth, but no voices, no music, no television. One neighbor claimed she heard someone crying to the walls, but when she knocked, the sound stopped immediately, like it had been listening. As the days passed, small things began to bother me. The security cameras in the building had corrupted footage only for the hour Elias died. The timestamp froze at 1:43 a.m. and never moved. The coroner noted bruising on Elias's wrists as if he'd been held down, but there were no matching marks from fingers or restraints. When I returned to the apartment alone to review the scene, the air felt wrong, heavy in a way that pressed against my ears. I noticed scratches on the inside of the front door, shallow and frantic, like someone had tried to claw their way out. That didn't match the locked from inside narrative, but the report insisted it did. On my third visit, something new appeared. A chair had been placed in the center of the living room, facing the wall where the words had been written. I was certain it hadn't been there before. I photographed it, bagged nothing because there was nothing to bag, and left with a tightness in my chest I couldn't explain. That night, I dreamed of Elias. He was sitting on the floor, tracing the same circle around himself over and over again, whispering that if he stayed inside it, it couldn't touch him. When I asked what couldn't, he looked up at me, and his eyes were wrong, too deep, like they went somewhere else. "It noticed me," he said. The next morning, a new murder was reported. Different part of the city. Same details. Locked room. No weapon. A body arranged carefully, respectfully, almost lovingly. A circle. Words on the wall. "It stopped here." Patterns like that don't feel like clues. They feel like warnings. I pushed for a connection, dug through records, missing persons, old cold cases. The deeper I went, the stranger became. There were older cases, decades old, scattered across different cities, all dismissed, all unsolved, all sharing the same quiet details that never made it into headlines. Victims who lived alone, victims who complained, shortly before their deaths, of feeling watched, victims who had tried to explain something no one else could see. Then, 3 nights ago, I woke up to find a message written on my bathroom mirror, the steam still clinging to the glass, as if someone had just been there. "You listened too long." I don't remember writing it. I don't remember not writing it either. The case is officially unsolved. It will stay that way. There's no suspect to arrest, no motive that fits into a report, no ending that brings relief. Elias Moore's death wasn't a beginning or an end. It was a point where something paused briefly, before moving on. if this recording reaches you, understand this. The case isn't cold. It's patient. And once it notices you paying attention, it doesn't stop where you think it will.